Hello, everyone, and welcome to All Things Divine with yours truly, me, Erica Sloan. Today, we are going to continue the conversation about the solar plexus chakra. If you have not listened to Identity in the Solar Plexus or Authenticity in the Solar Plexus, you definitely need to listen to that. If this is your first time listening, the reason why we are speaking about the solar plexus chakra is because for this month of July, with all of my clients, we have been doing some serious solar plexus work. It is at an all-time high, and I want to bring that to everyone else so that we can all heal together. I want to be that channel to help you, and if you feel that by some of the things that we've discussed that you may need some solar plexus work, I really, really hope that you listen to Identity and Authenticity. And now today we are going to be talking about control and the solar plexus. Have you ever heard of the brand Just Strong? Well, I absolutely love them. They provide high-performing gym wear for workout and recovery, and they also provide background support to ensure that you never give up. Just Strong strives for a single ambition: to motivate women to embrace their strength through training and explore their hidden potential with confidence and without fear. You have got to go check out this website at www.juststrong.com. And you know what? Go ahead, take an extra 10% off your order by using my personal code ERISLU110. See you on the website. So today we are going to talk about control, but I wanted to share with you something that one of my mentors said to me. She said, think back to the last time you had butterflies or felt a pit in your stomach. That's your solar plexus at work. It's working. And I thought, what? Like, okay, I can get butterflies in my stomach, when you're about to have a passionate kiss, or you can get that anxiety like pit in the or feeling in the pit of your stomach, which I absolutely hate. And then I thought, okay, well, that's so, I don't know if I believe that, but thinking about the solar plexus and what it stands for, now I'm like, well, you know what? Maybe. I mean, the solar plexus, it's in the upper abdomen of your stomach area, and it does signify self-worth, self-confidence, and self-esteem. And it does have to do with your identity, your authenticity that we've previously talked about. So maybe it is true that the butterflies or that pit in your stomach that you get, maybe that is your solar plexus working and letting you know that, the feeling that I call it anxiety. That's not the beautiful butterflies, but I call it anxiety. When you get that in the pit of your stomach, maybe that is your solar plexus saying, hey, I'm not comfortable right now. Something is going on and I'm not okay. And then, of course, the butterflies are just like, oh, yes, I am definitely okay. I am at my highest and I'm functioning. I don't know, but it's definitely something to think about. So if you have forgotten, the color of your solar plexus is yellow and the element is fire. Now, the solar plexus develops at approximately, I would say between the years of 15 to 21 years of age, but there are situations, and I have definitely experienced this in my personal life, and in some of my clients that I have worked with that their solar plexus, although it may not have been fully developed or started the phase of developing, there definitely are some things that are in the subconscious that are before the years 15 to 21 that affects the solar plexus. So my mantra for the solar plexus is self-love starts when I accept all parts of myself. And this is something that you can wake up and you can say every day because, again, it's so hard. It is so hard. I feel like it's so hard being a woman, a man, just a human. It is hard because you have all of the social media and you have all of the stereotypes, and it's like, is it okay for me to just be my true authentic self? Do I have to pretend to be this type of person to get attention? No, we should be okay with being ourselves. And that's why this mantra is so important. Self-love starts when I accept all parts of myself. So let's continue to talk about the solar plexus and how it can be blocked. Now, this chakra can be blocked by low self-esteem, self-trust, anxiety. I mean, there's so many ways that this chakra can be blocked, but it can also be blocked by control. Are you a controlling person? And I know that sounds negative, but if we're doing a little shadow work and we're starting to move some energy, because that is the purpose of me talking to you today, so that we can move energy, turn the mirror around and point it at yourself and just stand and look in the mirror at yourself. Are you a controlling person? And I can say honestly that I was definitely a controlling person. Am I still controlling? Sure, I think everyone's controlling when they like certain things their way, but that's just, us as humans. We like things a certain way. We like to be in certain environments, so we won't, I'm not going to go over here when I like this happiness, this bubble. So I think that might be a little controlling as far as me controlling my environment, but the toxic levels of controlling that I am definitely not that person anymore. And I'm going to tell you a story about me being controlling. And hopefully it will help you, and it'll help you with a little shadow work, and you'll be able to start moving some energy when you can acknowledge this part of it, and then we'll work through it together. So all is well. Don't worry about anything. Okay, so here is my confession. I used to be controlling in a very dysfunctional, toxic, and ratchet way. I would pick friends or have relationships with people that I knew they were just not good. They did not help me reach my highest and best self at all. They definitely triggered me, but I just wanted to be friends with them, or I just, wanted to be with them when I knew better. So what I would do is I would do everything that they wanted. If they had goals that they wanted to reach, like if it was, I want to save $40,000, then I was on it. I was helping them save $40,000. Okay, let me sip my little teacup on that. But anyways, I would do every single thing except wipe their ass. And I would do it not out of love. It was more out of, okay, I'm doing all of this stuff because yes, I do deeply care about you. But if I do all this, then that means that you won't hurt me, and that I can keep you in this bubble, and that, everything that I've wanted, like to, just to be like loved and appreciated, that you'll do that, whether I'm in front of you or not, and you'll always respect me and you won't hurt me. And so in certain relationships, I felt like if I, did everything that they wanted, and I could also control certain events. So I would control like what time we went, if we even went, because I did not want to be hurt and embarrassed by going to this event. So for example, there was always this particular event that I felt like, why am I, like when I go with my person, why is this person always trying to make a fool out of me? And I don't want to feel that way. Like I feel alone. I feel uncomfortable, like very traumatized by all of those scenarios, right? So I thought that if I did everything that they wanted so that they can reach their highest and best self, that I could control them not hurting me. And let me tell you something. When you just put yourself to the side and you go off and you start helping other people and just to hell with yourself, right? That is going to blow up in your face. And trust me, it did every single time with every scenario. It just blew up in my face. And I'm laughing now because, I can laugh about it now, but it did take a lot of work, with like self-work within myself to realize, like, why do I have this controlling behavior that is very toxic as well? Because let me tell you, okay, this is my next confession. When I ended up being hurt and embarrassed, I just snapped and I would get completely out of character, extreme rage, and I would act in a way that now I'm not going to laugh about this. I would act in a way that it's just not me. And even thinking about it now, like I'm, if you were looking at me right now, you'd see like the hair stand up on my arm because I'm just like, who is that person? And I was acting like that because I'm thinking, well, I did all this for you. Like, I did everything for you. Like, why are you still being mean to me? Why are you embarrassing me? Or why did you let this person talk about me? Or why was I the butt of your joke? Like, I don't understand. So, when my controlling didn't work, it turned to rage. So that's why I went from dysfunctional, toxic to ratchet. I'm so glad that I'm not that person anymore. I'm so glad that I've done all of the self-work and I continue to do all of that because it's not something that's just going to, stop overnight. And I don't mean that in the sense that I'm still that way, because I'm 100% not like that at all. But, it's just life and things happen. And there's certain things that may happen that may trigger me feeling like, okay, I feel a little embarrassed. Where is this coming from? Do I have to go back and say, okay, well, this is stemming from this part of my life, and I'm going to definitely respond different. So it's doing self-work and of course working with me and doing sessions with me. It's like, imagine an onion and you're just peeling back the layers. You don't get to just take a knife and just cut it. You have to peel each layer of the onion, and it's good because you find out all these things that are in your subconscious mind that, you realize, okay, well, this is why I'm behaving this way because this is in my subconscious mind. And so because it's in my subconscious mind, consciously, I'm acting out in this controlling way. And of course, peeling back the layers can be exhausting, but you know what? It's so worth it. And let me tell you why. Because with me peeling back those layers and me doing shadow work, I had to, really sit with myself and say, why was I controlling? What did I feel when I, acted that way, or when I tried to just bend over backwards for people, just to be, shit on. Like, I'm sorry, I'm laughing. I'm laughing because it's the truth. Like, I don't want to say too much, but some of the scenarios that I had myself in, you would laugh too. You would be like, girl, what were you thinking? But anyways, back to what I was saying. I had to peel back the layer and say, what emotion was I feeling? What was the core of why I was controlling? And my core was that I don't like for my safety and my security to be threatened. And I don't mean safety and security meaning that I'm in a situation where I could be physically harmed. I mean safety and security in people that I was around. Can I trust you? And do you love me? And I don't have to question that. And do I have to bend over backwards to even get your attention? And when my safety and my security, just security in myself, security in who I'm, around, when that's threatened, that was making me controlling, because I wanted to control the situation by doing everything that they wanted to and controlling it so that they wouldn't hurt me. But really what I was trying to control was feeling safe and secure. And let me tell you something. If you are around anyone that you do not feel safe or secure with, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially, they gotta go. There's not enough therapy in the world that you can do with that person to fix them. They've gotta go, because that's something that they should bring to you. And that is something that I learned. Like, I can't teach you how to make me feel safe and secure. Now, of course, there's certain things that you learn in, whether it's a friendship, relationship, family member, whatever. And there's certain boundaries that should be taught to anybody. Like, you have to let people know what your boundaries are. But I should never feel that I can't trust you to even walk out the door. And I can't trust you to not go and talk about me with Betsy Sue, or I can't trust you to, say, oh, I love you, and then walk out the door and then be in the bed with someone else, So that's why the self-work that had to be done with myself, because this was about me. Why am I controlling? Why did I also, and this is how I caught it. It's because, I was in this new situation, making these friends, and I found myself bending over backwards again, and I didn't like that. And that was that pit in the stomach feeling, anxiety that I would constantly get. It was my solar plexus saying, girl, you're doing it again. I don't like this. I feel uncomfortable. This is not okay. And so I had to really look at myself, really do shadow work and say, this is what's going on with me. So now I don't make decisions, and I don't have people around me that I feel don't make me feel safe and secure. And I'm so thankful to have done the work, because what I have around me now, I just feel so blessed and so grateful. And I hope that they're listening, because you know who you are. I love you so, so much. And it's such a full circle moment, because I realized that I've just come a long way, and everything that I secretly wanted and that I just desired so much, with just feeling safe and secure with friends, family, significant other, like, I have that, and I'm grateful. And so I just want to give a quick shout out to everyone in my life And I love you so much. I love you, love you, love you to the moon and back. Okay, so let's get back to talking about the solar plexus. Now, the solar plexus, we just talked about control, and that's definitely a way to block the solar plexus. Me being controlling, but underneath that was safety, security, self-esteem, self-trust. All of that was beneath that outward emotion of control. So my solar plexus was blocked, and a blocked solar plexus can wreak havoc on your digestive system. Now, I know that we talked about this in the episode of authenticity, but I will say this again. If any of your chakras are blocked for a long period of time, it could get to a point to where you see physical health concerns. And one of the health concerns that I had, well, I'll say two of them, they were gallbladder and pancreatitis. So it could definitely wreak havoc on the digestive system. So you might have maybe some nausea, bloating, heartburn, or even ulcers, like my client that I spoke about in the authenticity episode. You could have upset stomach, weak core muscles, pain in the middle of your back, or just general fatigue. Those are some signs that you may have a blocked solar plexus as well. So yes, we can definitely work with that. We can start to move that. And I'll put a couple of links here in a few meditations, and you can definitely email us if you have more questions about your solar plexus. But before we end this, I do want to let you know that yes, a solar plexus can be blocked, but it can also be underbalanced. So if it's underbalanced, meaning that it's not one with you, and there might be something that could cause it to be just, I was going to say just underbalanced, but it could be something that could cause it to be a little low and just be a little weakened. If that happens and it's underbalanced, you will feel lots of self-doubt. You'll have trouble making decisions, and you may struggle to be your authentic self, which is what we talked about last episode in authenticity. So, another thing that I want to tell you is when it's overbalanced now, your ego becomes hyperactive, and you might be power hungry or self-absorbed or controlling. So I feel that whether it was overbalanced or whether it was blocked, I'm with my situation, I think I had a little bit of both at times. But definitely, if you feel that your solar plexus is blocked, please continue to listen to these episodes. We are going to continue talking about the solar plexus, and it's like peeling back the onion. I feel like when we talked about identity, that was a layer. Authenticity, that was a layer. Now we're at control. We're gonna get deeper with this, because I really want for you to understand that you can do the self-work. And I'll leave you with this other story. I have another confession, guys. I went through a situation, and I was actually diagnosed with having PTSD. Maybe one day on one episode we'll get into why I had PTSD, but I'll leave it at that for now. So I told my therapist that I did not want to have medication. I just didn't. I wanted to do the self-work, and I wanted to work through it. And we did. That's why I'm a big advocate of therapy, and I think that it can be used with Eastern medicine as well in this avenue as far as energy healing. I just love the two combined together. So with therapy, with energy healing, and then also having foods introduced to me, because foods play a huge part in not just health, but mental health, and there's just so much. But when all of that was introduced to me, it really did help, and I did not get on medication. So this is why I am such a huge advocate. Now, if medication is ever needed, I'm an advocate for that as well. But if it's not, and you really want to get down and start peeling back those layers of that onion and just do that self-work, this is so important, just to understand all of this in its entirety. So again, please feel free to email, and you can ask any question that you want. You can also put comments in the section below, and I say below because this is going to be on YouTube. So you can put comments. We will answer your comments, or not comments, but we will answer your questions, and we will respond to your comments. So thank you again for listening to Control and the Solar Plexus. You have a great week. Meditate on this, do some shadow work, and I will see you next week.